My name is James Bartolo. Imagine if I could snap my fingers and all the corrupt politicians, magistrates and police and all the rest were to just disappear. It would be celebrated as the greatest day in Australian history, and we would remember it every year as Freedom Day. If you look forward to that day, show me your hands and say yes!
I was the Director of Capability Development, which is future warfare planning.
This is the homepage here. It's just got some little descriptions, picture of me, just supporting Australia One political party with Riccardo Bosi. I still stand behind them, and I think they're trying to do the right thing, and they'll be definitely a lot better than what we've got going now. So look into them as well if you've never heard of them, because when the time comes, we've got to vote for some political party, and this looks like a very good one. All you got to do, you click on that button here, yeah, to join the free platform, and it'll take you to this page where you just create a new account. Just log in, it's free.
Spent many years working with the United States.
I'm your host, James Bartolo, and remember to like, share, and comment if you enjoyed this video. With that being said, let's crack into it.
Well, what about that question with the governments? Like, what's your current levels of trust in the government? Like, would you blindly follow them to anything they said? If they told you to put your underwear on your head and run down the street and you won't get coronavirus, would you do it?
Agree, say yes!
On Saturday the 30th of May 2020, you're in attendance at a planned demonstration at the Royal Botanic Gardens, Melbourne. This demonstration took place between 12 and 2:30 p.m. On the 16th of March 2020, a state of emergency was declared pursuant to Section 198 of the Public Health and Wellbeing Act 2008.
Because alone we are weak. Together we are powerful. United we are unstoppable! Choosing to take no action and doing nothing is still making a choice. There are only two ways forward from here. Freedom or slavery. What will you choose?
Show me your hands and say yes!
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Brendan. But my idea to postpone the protest was mainly revolving around the roadmap, because people would be like, well, why are we protesting a week before the extension the lockdown is gonna end? But they've come out and released today, no, the lockdown is continuing. So it's like, okay, fuck it, let's just protest. Excuse me? What's the problem? No, you don't. You don't have authorization to be on the property. You don't have authorization to be on the property. You are illegally trespassing and you will be charged. Well, show me the search warrant. Hold on, you're not just gonna... If you do break anything, you will be prosecuted. Yeah, I'm listening. No, you're trespassing. Yeah, you've rocked up. I was on the toilet.
When I worked in Canberra, here's how it worked. The government would be considering military action. And they would say to us, we're considering action here. Give me the military strategic end state. So we would describe the military strategic end state, what the conditions were which constituted victory.
Woke up this morning, jumped on the dunny, heard some knocks on the door, went and checked it. It was all the cops. They broke down the door, arrested me. You know, they just took computers, laptops, that kind of thing, phone. So that's a bit of a pain in the ass, but oh well, it has happened. And why I'm doing this video: one, I'm okay. Two, don't go tomorrow. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't go. It's a trap. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's it.
And my people are saying, we need to protest this, we need to challenge that. And I say, no, we need to build a party. Because when the collapse comes, and it will, we need a functioning organisation that can absorb all these people, corral them, marshal all of their energy, and then take the governments at the federal and state level.
If you agree, say yes!
This is a clarification video. Hold on, a couple people jump on. Let's go, let's go. Clarification. Why I said not to go to the protest on Saturday, tomorrow, is not because you're going to live in fear. It's because it's the worst possible thing to do. Because it's a setup. It's always been a setup from the get-go. A terrible day, terrible location. It's all just terrible. Don't go to that one. Like, don't go to that one. That's all I'm gonna say. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. What questions we got? What are we starting off with?
So I suppose first question is just about the pandemic.
Yep.
Straight up. So is there a pandemic?
Yep.
If not, why not?
Yeah, he's got it.
Who's lying and for what game?
Okay, cool.
Australia's supreme overlord, ScoMo, all praise our illustrious emperor, decided to lock down our country, Australia. Without a vote, without discussion or debate, without asking for the consent of the people he has been elected into power by, ScoMo decided to hit our economy in the face with a sledgehammer. And for what? How could this be possibly justifiable?
We need to figure out a better way together than raise your hands and say yes!
We need to speak to you about that. As a driver of a motor vehicle in Victoria, you're required to provide your...
I'm not driving
You're
anywhere.
not driving a car. You're on the road.
Driving is it's a legal term for commercial trade. It's transporting goods and services. What goods and services am I transporting?
You are driving
I'm not.
motor
I'm traveling.
Victoria,
No, I'm just traveling.
you're required to provide your driver's license when requested by authorities.
Can you please show me the act or the statutory legislation which states that? Can you please present that proof?
You can free look it up on your phone.
Wait, you're the people trying to enforce it. What's your problem? I'm trying to drive on.
About your rights as a man, and then what prompted you to want to kind of pursue that?
Yeah, fantastic. All right, well, thanks for having me on this interview and inviting me in for the interview, first of all, Tom. I appreciate that. Whatever we got to do to get this message out, I'm all for it. So I'm not an expert. That's what I want to just say up front. Like what I did, I'm not an expert. Like anyone can do that. You've only got to research, for a few months. Really good points of information where I found a lot of my stuff. Mike Palmer from Know Your Rights Group and the Know Your Rights Group as a whole, the Aussie Speeding Fines ebook.
Conspiracy theorist has had a remarkable change of heart after police stormed his Taylors Hill home. James Bartolo is now urging his supporters not to attend planned protests across the city tomorrow. Reid Butler has more.
Using a battering ram, police smashed their way into the home of COVID conspiracy theorist James Bartolo.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Yeah, okay! Alright, stop! I'll stop! Okay, alright!
It's just not right.
They had a warrant though.
So, how was the warrant legal?
It was issued by the court, right?
Yeah, but on what grounds?
Incitement. The 27-year-old serial pest is accused of encouraging his large social media following to attend planned anti-lockdown protests in the CBD tomorrow.
But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be gathering just around here.
So I wanted people to not go to the protest. Now, hopefully, protests won't go ahead. I hope you put that on.
The Premier no doubt hoping Bartolo's followers take his advice.
It's not safe to protest, it's not smart to protest, and it's not lawful to protest.
It's a trap because Daniel Andrews just wanted to blame the protest to extend the lockdown.
Hundreds of officers will swarm the sites where protesters are expected to gather tomorrow for so-called Freedom Day rallies, among them the steps of Parliament and the Shrine of Remembrance.
Someone who lives within 5 k's of where the shrine is, so thought I'd come in here today and have a bit of a look around.
Ladies and gentlemen, to the Conscious Truth Network, I'm your host, James Bartolo. This channel is dedicated to exposing the evil and corruption. The only way we can win this war, and mark my words, we are at war, is if you speak up, my friend. If you like, share, comment on this post,
if you agree, say yes!
Just do a pan of the people, and they're doing a protest for the coronavirus, the lockdown, for forced vaccinations, Bill Gates, 5G, freedoms and rights of people in this country. So let's, I love this lady's sign here. The COVID-19 hoax is a massive psychological warfare operation to usher in forced vaccinations. Yeah, this is great. Cool, even got the UN, absolutely, in total agreement. Food shortages and an end to all of your rights, yes? Agenda 21, 2030, absolutely. Do the research, people wake up, it's a real thing and it's happening now. So this guy's got a sign here. Agreeing with you. Yeah, cool. Got people with signs.
Okay, g'day there, Nick. James Bartolo here. We're having an interview. We're going to have a chat about a couple different topics today, mainly focused on legal versus law, legislation versus law. We're going to talk about Nick's, a couple of weeks ago, or months at this point, little escapade with police officers coming to his gym to try and close.
think it's time for a change, then raise your hands and say, it has to change!
Oh, they would have had them prepared before the agenda, before it started. I think they called it something else, not coronavirus, but there was 2 books actually. And it's like, is that just a crazy fantasy prediction? Is he a time traveler, or did he have some idea about the agenda? Like, what's the most logical answer there? Like, I don't think he's a time traveler. Illuminati. Yeah. No, seriously, I've watched the video, and I think it was, I don't know if it was Matt Groening or one of the other producers. He's like, oh, you know, we have all these predictions. That's because we're a part of the Illuminati. We are. It's like, and people are like, oh, he's joking. It's like, no, he's not. He's deadly serious. He's deadly serious.
5 samurai swords inside Bartolo's home, so they hit him with another charge, possessing illegal weapons.
It is unlawful, illegal, immoral, and unethical.
What about the samurai swords police say they found?
What about them?
Are they illegal?
Nah, it's all decorative. I've got an Aragon sword, right? So it's, you know the movie Lord of the Rings? Yeah. In this video, I will be formally addressing the false allegations that I'm some kind of sexual predator and sexually harass women. There has been a video circulating where I say that I enjoy looking at women's asses. So, what is this all about? For some background, I used to run a boot camp center training men and women of all ages. I ran that for 2 years, and then I closed it in July of 2019. I then started to create an online course for high-value men who wanted to improve their dating skills, their physique, and their mindset. In the course, the entirety of the module that educated men about dating skills was very specific. Don't harass women or do anything that makes them feel uncomfortable. What has happened here is that a short snippet of 40 seconds of footage has been taken way out of context. In that video, I was giving an example of how I used to run the boot camp center, and I had some beautiful women paying me money to check out their asses and to flirt with them. Look, I can understand how some women may have taken offense to this, and I apologize to them. Would I ever sexually advance on a woman who was uncomfortable? Of course not! That's exactly why I built that course. For anyone that was a past client of mine and thinks less of me now, that's totally fine. It's your prerogative how you judge people. I still had a fantastic time training and transforming every single one of you. Stop being so obsessed about what I think about women's asses. Who could possibly say that what I said in that video was more important than Senator Bill Heffernan's speech about the parliamentary pedophile suppression orders?
Hands and say, it has to change! Riccardo Bosi has suggested a simple 2% transaction tax that would remove and replace all other taxes. I support this idea and think this would be much fairer and more than enough to support the country. We need to rally behind ideas.
Afghanistan was the base for training and capability development of global terrorism.
the headquarters. I was the Director of Capability Development, which is future warfare planning.